Hello, Leo, and those of you with strong Leo placements in your charts, welcome back to Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. We are doing a yearly forecast, month by month. I'm using my patch tarot to pull a milestone energy for each month, and then I'm using my chakra wisdom tarot for additional insights into it. Okay, so starting your year, your milestone card is the Chariot. It's the duality of motion versus tension. And it comes up with the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Devil. So, the Chariot being motion versus tension. The challenge would be, do you move forward or do you fight with the reality? Do you go to war with the reality? Do you get disappointed or disgusted in it, right? The tension that we feel when things don't go as we planned, or they're not right, quote unquote, right by our perspective. Do you go with the flow and allow yourself to be moved forward with the experience at hand, or do you resist it and become disagreeable, right? Now we have the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Devil. So the Nine of Cups is about a wish being fulfilled. It's something that you had once prayed for being granted. Okay? It is being granted. It may or may not be being granted in the way in which you thought it would, but a prayer is definitely being answered, right? Some intention that you held for yourself, or some vision of good feeling that you had held, something is being granted. Now, the Knight of Wands is a somewhat careless or reckless energy. It's impulsive. And I was really drawn in particular to the blue mist encircling around the horse that seems to have the horse upset, which is why it is rearing up like it is. And then, of course, the Devil followed. So be aware that January may definitely be a month where you are triggered by things, maybe even menial things, because the universe is pushing you in a direction that you may be unwilling or feel you're not ready to do or go. You may be tempted, seriously tempted, to indulge in certain things, people, activities that would be detrimental to you feeling better. It's almost like doing things to not do nothing, but what you're doing is not productive or serving you. Including arguing with people. Okay? Including arguing with people. Like, are you bored? Are you bored? Does the devil have you bored? That you're just impulsively picking at people or picking at things and starting shit, stirring the pot just to have something to do, even though that's not productive? Be aware of that temptation this month, because the devil definitely tempts. And you have a lot of potential creative energy and or creative time in order to see this wish manifest. And I say see it manifest, right? Because it's going to manifest regardless. But if you're not paying attention because you're distracted, or you're not taking advantage of the wish being granted to you, you might not see that it's there. Okay, so that's January. In February, your milestone card is Passion. It is strength versus weakness. It comes out with the Five of Cups, the Princess of Coins, and the Princess of Swords. Strength versus weakness is understanding, especially with the Passion card, what in fact you are passionate about in a positive way, because passion can go two ways. You could be passionately frustrated and upset, or you could be passionately creative and love what you're doing and who you're with, what you're building, right? Passion can go two ways. So where are you putting your focus? Are you putting your focus into things that you find frustrating? Are you putting your energy there? Or are you being strong and resisting the urge to roar and just kind of bask in the sun? Can you see how roaring would potentially make a situation worse? It's kind of like a not my monkeys, not my circus kind of feeling. Like, if someone else is having fucking problems and you can't fix them, then you can't fix them. Why would you stress yourself out about it? It's not your fucking problem. You know? 5 of Cups is knowing and recognizing that you need to shift your focus, that you're focusing on things that are draining. You're focusing on people who are glass is half empty kind of people. They are looking at the negatives in life, and so you are doing the same. And I think you need to possibly surround yourself with more positive people. You can plant seeds, right? Princess of Coins, you can plant seeds in people. You can give them wonderful advice, but once the advice is given, you got to let it go. Like, whether or not they take the advice is not your problem. You gave them the best advice you could, and that's the end of it. The Princess of Swords, keep it quick. There ain't no reason to be lengthy and go on and on and on and on and on about all these solutions. Like, keep it simple. Because it's either going to click with people or it's not. And you might not mind if you wasted a couple minutes of your day, but you might regret it if you wasted a couple hours. You know, spending all this time talking to someone to help them understand and help them, you know, see the way you see and have it click, only for it to not click. Like, you just wasted some serious time. So keep it in mind. Your heart can be big, Leo. But don't let the size of your heart crush you. You know what I mean? Don't get crushed under the size and magnitude, the weight of your heart. Allow yourself to do as you're guided. Nothing more and nothing less. Focus on what you need to focus on for you in bettering your life, as opposed to what other people need to do to better their lives. And remember, any advice you give, you might want to immediately take that same advice yourself in some which way, shape, or form in your life, whether it's regarding someone or something else or them, whoever you're giving the advice to. If you're going to give advice, know that you most likely need to immediately take it. Okay? That's February. For March, we have the Empress. The duality is nurture versus neglect. It comes out with the 7 of Cups in the reverse, the 2 of Coins, and the Princess of Wands, clarified by the 4 of Coins. All right, I keep wanting to say nature. You might need to go and get back in nature and disappear for a while. Okay? The nurture versus neglect duality is about you taking time to focus in and be in your own energy without outside distractions or influences on your energy. Other people have energy, and when you're in close proximity to them, your energies and their energies start to mix. And if yours is naturally higher than theirs, yours will naturally go down to meet them halfway, right? Between where you are and they are, your energy will naturally start to sink. Even though they might feel a whole lot better around you, you know, because their energy is going up, your vibration's higher than them. So it's always, you know, you are who you surround yourself with kind of deal. Keep in mind, if you are, in fact, a nature person or greatly appreciate nature, being able to disconnect from outside energy sources and other people And being in the vibration of nature will naturally restore you and lift your energy back up. It will naturally fill you. There is no greater resonance than that of nature. Okay? So, whatever it is that you're choosing to create, including your ability to protect yourself and your own crown chakra, right? Your ability to heed your intuition, listen to your own guides and guardians, call in your angels, praying to God, source, universe, whatever you call it. It might behoove you to get out in nature when you do those things. Because if you want to set intentions or pray, being in your highest alignment out in nature is your most effective and efficient way of having it heard. Okay? I think with the Seven of Cups reversed, the Two of Coins, Princess of Wands, and Four of Coins, I feel like you're really super clear that the people you're surrounding yourself with are fucking drama. They're fucking drama. Nothing, that's what I'm hearing. It's nothing but drama. And it's like something clicks inside Leo that just needs to get the fuck away from the drama. Even if that's reclusing into your own home, or getting in your vehicle and going somewhere to be by yourself because you just need to get away from all the dramatics. Everything is so intense. Everybody's world is always crashing around them. Everybody has so much going on. And if you look at it from the outside, you're like, all of this drama is so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. Like, people are freaking out over all this shit and they need all these solutions. And it's like, well, you fucking got yourself in that position. Like, get yourself out. Like, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, it's your own fucking fault. And to be fair, Leo, if that's your mirror, you know, you dealing with all of this drama from the outside is because you chose to surround yourself with fucking dramatic, low vibe people who don't fucking get it. They just don't fucking get it. So I think come March, you're a lot more clear on the reality of energy around you. I think that you are more than willing to open the door to a calmer, more peaceful, clear weather type of energy and leave all this tumultuous, stormy, dramatic shit behind. And I think that you being able to reinvent yourself, to reclaim yourself and or recenter yourself, is, especially in nature, is how you're going to be able to regain control. Taking that time separate from others to regain a sense of self, a sense of individual self. Like, if you took everybody else's fucking problems off the table, what problems do you have, if any? If you take all the burdens of other people off your to-do list and it's just what you need to get done, what do you have to get done on your to-do list for you? Everybody else's problems, they can fucking wait. If you got shit on your own to-do list, or you got your own problems to handle, well, everybody else's can fucking wait. Because your problems ain't going to go anywhere, and they're only going to get bigger the longer you put them off. So, make sure you nurture yourself in March. Do not neglect your own mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual, physical, financial needs. Do you in March. Do you first. Love yourself first. Because if you're not good to you, you're not good to anybody. All right? That's March. For April, your milestone card is the Sun. The duality is illumination versus narcissism. The clarifying cards are the Five of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Princess of Cups. Okay? With this milestone, you're going to realize one very special lesson. Firstly, there's varying degrees of narcissism. There are full-blown fucking narcissists who are apathetic and don't give a shit to the point of cruelty, but continue to demand respect and love and blah, blah, blah. And then there are narcissists who continue to cry pain and tragedy, but don't ever reciprocate gratitude or love in return for the love and support that you give them. A narcissist is simply a hurt person whose hurt comes out in a way that hurts other people, whether it's a lot in a short period of time or a little bit at a time over a long period of time, and it ends up hurting a lot, right? Understand, if you're dealing with narcissists, in the divine mirror of things, you must also recognize your own narcissistic behavior. How are you apathetic to certain people and don't give a shit, right? To the point that you could be cruel. How do you talk about or communicate in some which way, shape, or form your pain to receive love and support from others, but don't actually love or support them in the same way that you would continually take love and support but not give anything to reciprocate in return. Understand that this behavior from you, like all others, is because there's wounds within the self that need to be addressed. The Five of Wands indicates the internal conflict. The pain comes out when we're triggered, and that's what needs to heal. You have to recognize, one, what is the trigger? What is actually triggering me? And where was the first time I witnessed the hurt or pain surrounding the same trigger at a different point in my life? When did I first experience what triggers me now? So maybe you are completely apathetic and short with people who are going through a very difficult time and constantly needing love and support because they're not reciprocative, right? And you get short with them and you're apathetic and you turn off compassion. Well, when was the first time that you dealt with someone who was dealing with a lot of pain and didn't return it to you, and you showed a lot of compassion and ended up hurt in the end because they drained you a little bit at a time over a long period of time until you had nothing left to give, right? You couldn't possibly help them anymore. And that was extremely painful. And especially if you've gone through that repeating pattern multiple times, now people might be upset. You might be completely apathetic and short with people like that. Who was like that in your life? Was your mother like that? Was your siblings like that? Did you have a best friend dealing with situations like that? Like, where did the first experience come from? Because you have to understand, if you can accept that hurt people, and it's not necessarily their fault. Because if your mother was, for example, like that, and you grew disgusted with people who cry and cry and cry about being unhappy but do nothing to fix it, that you became apathetic. How can you have compassion for your mother? Because if that's the behavior that she's projecting or projected in your life and in your experience, then she learned that from someone else, like her mother or even her father. Crying and crying over putting in so much effort, putting in so much this, putting on so much that, and never getting anything worth it in return. It was learned from somewhere. The pain is ancestral, it's generational, it's karmic. So if you can accept that a hurt person is a hurt person and it's not necessarily their fault, because people in general can only mimic what they've experienced. People have a difficult time creating what they imagine in their minds to be ideal because they've never witnessed it or experienced how to create it before. So it becomes an unattainable desire unless you put in the soul work to do it. And that takes time. It takes looking in the divine mirror of things. If you want to break generational karmic cycles, well, then you got to look in the mirror and start to believe in impossible things. Impossible because you've never experienced it or witnessed it before. Respond in ways you haven't seen. I don't know, like healthy boundaries. Think about that. How many times have you actually seen and witnessed healthy boundaries? To where people could get along without being taken advantage of. And people could feel without being drained. Like, you only have so much you can give. It's no different than a bank account. Well, someone needs to borrow $20 worth of energy. Well, that's great if you've got 100 and can spare 20, especially if you know you don't need it back. But if you need that $20 because you got a bill coming in for $95, energy due, you can't afford to give that $20 right now, especially if they don't give it back. Especially if they don't give it back. So it's like, I'm sorry. I can only give you $5 worth of energy right now. It's kind of like that. Healthy boundaries. I can only give so much. After that, I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't. If you exhibited narcissistic behavior to someone, especially if they're genuinely there for you, loving and supporting you most of the time, and then the one time that they genuinely loved and needed support or needed love and support from you, you weren't there for them or got short for them because of your own wounding, it may be a great month to apologize and be like, listen, I never felt right about snapping on you this one time, or I never felt right about ghosting you this one time, or I never felt good about the way this ended. And I'm sorry, you didn't deserve it. You were always there for me and you always supported me. And you deserved better than the way I treated you. I was in a rough place and lacked the compassion you deserved. And I'm sorry. Because the Princess of Cups is about apologizing and forgiving the self. Forgiving the self for times when we coulda, shoulda, woulda been better. For better people. So keep that in mind for April. You may need to initiate with the Knight of Wands a spark of spirit to make right on a wrong. And you'll feel much lighter. You'll start to undo your own narcissistic wounds and illuminate yourself and move more into your light. Okay, that's April. All right, for May, your milestone card is the Emperor, and the duality is structure versus tyranny. And it comes out with the Ace of Swords, the Two of Cups in the reverse, and the King of Cups. And what I immediately felt with this is, you know how much energy it takes to maintain control of yourself and not react to triggers. How much energy does it take to deal with someone who is constantly triggering you and needing to resist becoming tyrannical, outrageous, out of control, cruel? How much energy does it take to be controlled within the self? The symbol Deleth on the card is the Hebrew letter, I believe, that represents door. You have to choose which door you're walking through. Do you constantly want to put yourself under pressure to remain in control and not roar, right? Not freak the fuck out, not lose your shit? Or do you want to be around people and energy where your self-control is not constantly being poked or prodded to explode? Where it's easy to maintain control of self because the energies you're around are at peace. They're easy to get along with. They're easy to be around. The truth is, with the Ace of Swords, I think you got to let go of a soulmate, Two of Cups in the reverse. Someone you care about, but they are not a long-term staple in your life. They're just not. No matter how much you would like them to be. And I'm pretty sure you already know who the fuck I'm talking about. Doesn't make them a bad person. It just means they put too much pressure on the self-control plate. And if they keep fucking with the trap door, they're going to set it off and they're going to fall into the abyss and land in a pit of spikes because Leo's energy is going to tear them apart. Too much for too long. Like, how long can you fuck with the lion before it snaps? Think about it. Because you can deal with it and remain calm for days, weeks, months even. And one day, it could be the smallest little fucking thing. But it's what sets you off, and then you're the fucking asshole. Because, you were there and helping them this whole time, and then over this is why you're freaking out, like blah, 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 blah. But it's not that. That's not the reason why you're freaking out. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. There's a lot of things that added up. You got a soulmate that it's just their time to go. It's in your highest good to let them go, and it's in their highest good for you to let them go. Create distance. It's okay that people grow apart. It's okay that you're too busy or not guided to answer their phone calls. It's okay to take them off your newsfeed, social media. You can simply unfollow them if you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You just unfollow them so that they're not popping up on your feed anymore. Create distance. Instead of blowing it up to stop it. Control of the self and how your own triggers hurt people, when the reality is you don't actually want to be the reason why anybody's hurt. It doesn't feel good to be that. What kind of person do you want to be remembered as? You want to be remembered as a fucking asshole? Or do you want to be remembered for the good times that you shared and, just grew apart? Maybe one day you'll grow back into alignment with each other. But right now, you just need space from their fucking energy. The King of Cups has to maintain emotional control and not let all of their emotions just spill out. They have to be mature about it. You can't be like a little kid throwing a tantrum or mean like a bully because you don't know how to control your emotions. Especially if you're frustrated with someone who you wish would get deeper with you and they won't. if you want to get the sensitive and the vulnerable and the real out of people and you want to know them deeper and they won't let you, why would you end up in a conversation about how they're this and they're that and blah, 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 and all you wanted to do was care about them and love them and they won't let you in and yada, 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 and have that fucking argument? And you just be like, all right, this person ain't ready. I'm just going to create distance. They don't want to. That's their prerogative. All right. I don't know what it's like to live in their shoes. I don't know what it's like to be them. I'm just going to create distance. They don't want to let me in. They don't want to go deeper with me. Okay, that's fine. I ain't going to take it personal. They ain't fucking ready. And I'm not going to cause them more problems. Because if they ain't willing to go deep, they already got fucking problems. I don't need to be another one. I don't need to be another reason why they hold back. They'll come find me when they're ready. They'll open up when they're ready. And if I'm not the person for them to open up to, I hope they find them. Structure versus tyranny. That's May. In June, your milestone again is the Passion card, Strength versus Weakness. This time it comes out with the Queen of Coins, the Five of Swords, and the Sun. Strength versus weakness, you are very well aware of, right? Maintaining your ability to feel confident in yourself, capable within yourself, and not giving your power away to distractions and other energies, right? The Queen of Coins is about wanting to improve the means in which you live. You might want to improve the quality of furniture in your home. You might want to improve your home altogether and move to a new location that's better or bigger or nicer. You might want to improve your vehicle. You might want to upgrade your tools. You might want to upgrade your makeup bag. Who the fuck knows? You want to improve the physical world that you're in. The Five of Swords is a reminder that if you're not happy with the reality, it's your job to fix it. It's no one else's job. Because you could be tempted to argue with people. You could be very tempted to argue with people. The Sun reminds you to stay in your light. Stay in your light and shine. You are more than capable. I'll give a great example. You've got roommates. You can't keep nice things because your roommate shits them up. It's not your roommate's job. You're not supposed to spark an argument with your roommate about them having to take care of their things because you don't like, inviting people over and the house or the apartment looks like shit. Everything's beat up. Everything's dirty. If your roommates don't give a shit about their quality of life improving and you do, it's your problem. You fix it. Either you continually keep it clean and keep it nice and replace things despite your roommates, or you find new roommates, or move into a place where you don't have roommates so that you don't have that problem anymore. If it's your problem, you solve it. Be strong. Don't give in to the weakness. Be strong. Reignite a passion to get things done then. If something is not satisfactory, do what you got to do to fix it. If you want to upgrade your vehicle because it's starting to look like shit, it's starting to get old, it's starting to nickel and dime you, and you can't get a hold of so-and-so to help you fix it or whatever, look into what you can do as far as trading it in and getting a new one. How can you work extra? Can you pick up overtime? Can you pick up side work? What can you do to better your experience? Because you want to receive better. You want to receive better. Maybe you don't want your home to look like a bachelor pad anymore. because, you're thinking about relationships. Or as a female, you don't want your apartment to look like, it's a old school 90s child's room. Maybe you want it to be more mature in appearance, a little more aesthetically pleasing or neutral instead of all bright pink, purple, lavender everywhere. Who knows? Maybe you want to go for a different look that's more mature, so that when people come over, they don't think you're like still a kid. It's your problem, you fix it. Put in the work, put in the effort, get it done. You are more than capable. Don't be arguing with people. Don't be arguing with people. And if you like your bachelor pad and you like your, 90s chic, teen bop, whatever stuff, and someone has an issue with it, and like, God, this is how you're living, and they're judging you and you fucking love it, then they're not in alignment with you. They're already judging you and who you are and casting criticism. You don't need that alignment around you. Be strong. Let that person go. I don't care how much you think you want them, or how attractive they are, or how good in bed they can be. They're not aligned. Anybody who's going to judge you and not love you for who you are, not aligned. Remember, your light is beautiful. You're authentic to yourself. You define yourself. You create your reality and you define yourself. You can be whoever you are and not be judged. And vice versa. Everybody else can be who they are without your fucking judgment, like the roommate. Everybody can be who they are without your judgment. You got a problem, you handle it. Something ain't aligned, you handle it. You want better, you handle it. That's June. In July, your milestone is the Star card. The duality is faith versus despair. It comes out with the 7 of Coins, the Magician, and the 9 of Wands. Faith versus despair. Can you trust in things you cannot yet see? Can you know that your prayers will in fact be answered, just because they didn't show up the very next day? Can you accept that every intention you hold is heard by energy higher than yourself? Can you not get depressed or panic or have anxiety because something you want has not showed up yet? Can you look past fear and trust? Can you look past self-doubt and get into your passion and your creative energies anyway? Can you get past insecurities and feelings of incapability and trust yourself to move forward and choose wisely anyway? Can you trust your choices? Are you confident in who you are and what you're capable of? Can you look past insecurities and move forward? Can you love yourself and remember how lovable you are despite sadness or anger or frustration? Can you forgive yourself for moments that tempt your imperfections? Can you remember that all things are possible no matter how impossible something seems? Can you take excuses off the table and live in your truth? Can you resist worst case scenarios spinning in your mind and acting out of fear of them? And envision the best case scenario in spite of everything and act accordingly to that best case scenario? Can you trust that your highest good vision is witnessed and heard? Can you set your ego and your pride aside to hold compassion and mercy for yourself? That is faith versus despair. Can you be faced with adversity and remain positive despite it? That's going to be your challenge for July, because the 7 of Coins with the Magician and the Knight of Wands, the 9 of Wands. 7 of Coins is about Spirit acknowledging what you've asked for, what you've prayed for. And it's just started to turn from flower to fruit, but it's not quite ready yet to harvest. What you asked for is growing, it's just not ready yet. The divine needs a little more time before you can reap it. It's working its magic, and it needs your faith to bring it into form sooner. Hold gratitude for all of your experiences on a daily basis, because they're teaching you where you are able to be strong. Be grateful that you were able to hold on to your light and the best aspects of yourself, that you wouldn't feed into the negative ones. If there's a tornado or a hurricane, where's the calmest place inside the storm? Center. The very center. So if you're dealing with storms, keep yourself centered. Re-center yourself. Don't forget how important nature is. You learned that lesson earlier in the year for a reason. You learned it then because you might need it now. Go realign with yourself. Stay centered through the storm. Move with it until it dissipates around you and it's gone. The 9 of Wands is a wounded warrior card. It's about being pushed to what is essentially a breaking point. Like you can't take anymore. July might feel rough. But if you are standing in the middle of a tornado or the middle of a hurricane and things are being ripped up from around you and tossed miles away, and people are leaving your life, situations are exiting your life, possessions are leaving your life, whatever it is that is being removed, it is to clear way for something better. Do not lose faith in that and fall into despair. Whatever's being removed, Spirit is creating room to bring in better. You can handle it. You can be grateful for the things being removed because you know how grateful you're going to be when the better shows up. Spirit's creating space. In order for the fruit to show up, the flower has to leave. You follow? That's July. In August, your milestone card is the Hermit, clarified by the Star, the 3 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups with the King of Cups. There's a return of that energy. The duality with the Hermit is meditation versus isolation. This type of energy, Leo, which is possibly exceptionally hard for you because you really do thrive around the energy of other people, especially when they're appreciating you. You may need to choose alone time to separate yourself from everybody else, because the energy in general is just too distracting. The opinions are distracting. Like, how can you hear what your soul is saying if you got everybody else's voice in your head? How can you know what's right for you if everybody else is giving their opinion on what's right for you? The Star card returns this month for you as a clarifying energy. There's a lot of heart healing going on with you, especially with the Three of Swords present. You may have this Two of Cups person from your past come back, right? That soulmate that might have had a hard time opening up. They may have matured, they may not have. They might come with some heartbreaking news. You may witness something that upsets them, especially if they ended up with someone else. Or if they're just leaning on someone else and enjoying someone else, and you had wished it would be you. The question you would have to ask is, why are you upset that they're okay? Why are you upset that they're okay without you? Is it not enough to be happy that they're just okay, as opposed to being not okay? I mean, the whole reason why you cared about them and were so concerned about them was because you cared. You know what I mean? You felt like they weren't okay. And you wanted to be the one to help them be okay. But you weren't that person for them, whoever they end up around might be. So can you just be grateful that they're okay? You got to ask yourself. This is what the going within part of the Hermit is asking you to look at. Because, take it as it resonates. Just gave an example, but take it as it resonates. Are you afraid that you're not good enough or you're less than because they decided they were ready to open up and it just so happened that this person was in alignment with them at the time? What triggers does it bring up in you that you need to heal? Do you feel undervalued or unappreciated? Does that need to heal? Do you not know your value just because other people don't acknowledge it? Truly, do you not know your value just because other people were not ready to acknowledge it? Are you any less powerful just because there was someone else powerful present who was better aligned with them? Does that make you less powerful? Do you place the validation of others, of your worth, over your own self-validation, self-approval? Because that's what you need to go in to heal. in August. In September, your milestone card is a very special major arcana in this deck. It's considered a holy arcana. It is the all. And the duality is embrace versus release. I'm going to read a little bit for you because it's a special card in the deck. It says the all depicts an infinite field of spirit manifesting a never-ending spiral creation of holy temples representing the infinite ways of appreciating and honoring spirit. The planets are aligned along this vortex pillar as well, depicting the celestial chakras as we comprehend them. This card is tethered on the tree of life, which represents knowledge, the bridge between idea and what we call reality. It is the only true measure of how we may come to know and understand God. When drawn in a reading, the all depicts that in essence, anything can happen. There are an infinite amount of subjects to learn. There are an infinite number of pathways to explore. While we may be limited, our souls and the spirit they emerge from are eternal. Thus, this card represents an opportunity to compassionately embrace a lesson we are learning or to let go and let flow, depending on the orientation of the card. What you're learning, Leo, with these clarifying cards, Three of Wands, Princess of Wands, and the High Priestess, clarified by the Two of Coins, is that you yourself are on a journey of self. This is a month for you to reinvent yourself in your own authentic magic, getting back to the true, most beautiful nature of yourself and the infinite possibilities that being your beautiful, authentic self creates. We've spent a lot of time so far this year dealing with and learning through the divine mirrors that we've experienced with other people. And the reoccurring theme has been to find yourself, situate yourself, center yourself, detach yourself, get back into yourself. Because a part of you has found it difficult not to entwine yourself with other energies or have your path dictated by the hope of others in it. If you remove everybody else from the equation, what would you be doing? If you were to remove all expectations and judgments placed on you by yourself and other people, what would you be doing? If you were to not involve yourself in the dramas or hopes or dreams or wounds of other people, what would you be focusing on? You already know you need to walk through that door into a calmer state of being. If you have dramatic people around you, how are you getting caught up in the drama you're choosing to consistently partake in? Can you embrace peace and authenticity, creation, joy, and calm, and release that which is agitating, distracting, or painful? Can you reclaim your power and embrace your power and release the self, the old version of self that gives its power away? Can you release the old version of self, your old version of you that is not serving your joy, your peace, your calm, your passion? Can you rewire yourself back to your most natural state of you? And let your shadows go. You're not great because other people think you're great. You're great because what you do is great. You're not a beautiful person because other people think you're a beautiful person. You're a beautiful person because what you do and choose is beautiful. You follow? Release your attachment to the world and everything in it outside of yourself. Reattach and realign with your best version. This is the lesson you're learning in September. This is a journey of self. You've got to learn the divine mirror. Because what you find difficult to deal with in other people is where you find the most difficulty dealing with yourself. If it's frustrating for you that people don't change, how is it frustrating for your higher self to witness you choosing not to change? If it's saddening for you to watch people get caught up in the drama and lose themselves, how is it in the divine mirror then that your spirit must feel saddened because you're getting caught up in the drama of others and not able to choose your best self? If it saddens you to watch people struggle, would it then not in the divine mirror be saddening for your higher self to witness you choosing to struggle? Embrace the you want to be and release the you that is no longer serving who you want to be. That is September. For October, your milestone is the Hanged Man. The duality is surrender versus rejection. Comes out with the Emperor, the Judgment card, and the Two of Coins. Okay. Surrender versus rejection. You're getting very clear as of last month on who you desire to be, the perfection of yourself in your light. And when we make those kinds of choices to be in our light, the shadow tries really hard to dim it back down and rip the light out. Tries really hard to tempt us back into our old versions. Because people expect us to be predictable, our old version. They expect it. They treat us like we're the old version. They talk to us like we're the old version. And they expect the old version to react the way it always has. This month is about surrendering into your new version. and not being afraid of others rejecting it because it's not what they expect and or wanted. Because drama loves drama. And if you ain't buying into the drama, feeding into the drama, becoming a part of the drama, creating drama, drama might not want anything to do with you. Do you slip back into it and reject your better self? A self you more approve of? Or do you surrender and accept that these are old vibrational alignments with people, situations, circumstances that do not understand who you are anymore? And they need to get to know the new you, who is not freaking out, who is not roaring, who is not lecturing or judging or criticizing, but who just doesn't care the same way. Not that you don't care about them, but you don't care about the drama. The emperor was about control, structure versus tyranny. This is about you bringing your structure forward, your intuition forward. You already know. You already know what happens when you blow a gasket or go tyrannical and lose control of yourself. You already know what happens when you slip into your dark reactions, your lower vibratory reactions. You already know the outcome. It fucking sucks. And you're going to be tempted. And again, 2 of coins, you got to walk through that door into a calmer reality. You got to maintain control and stay calm and create healthy boundaries. You want me to give $50 worth of fucking energy to your drama. You want me to lose my shit and have it ruin my day. You would bring me into this issue and have it take over my thoughts and my emotions all day, all week. I'm sorry. I can't care that much about your drama. I got shit to do. I can't be wrapped up in this mentally. I can't be wrapped up in this emotionally. I love you. I care about you. I wish it works out. I will pray for you, but I ain't getting involved. You want me to have an opinion. You want me to snap. You want me to be someone that I don't actually like being, and I can't do that for you. I'm sorry you want that old version of me, but I don't. October is about surrendering into your best version. Because that's the only way you actually feel at peace, self-approving. You're done with the drama. You're done. Like, sorry, not sorry. Whatever they're dealing with, you hope it works out. You hope they find the solution they're looking for, because it's not you. Keep yourself aligned with people who appreciate your new version, who can respect your new version. That when you shine and you're present in your light, that they appreciate it more because you didn't react the old way you used to. Realign yourself and be grateful that there's people in your reality that love the fact that you're not bringing the drama to them, and they can appreciate the peace like you do. Spend your time with them. Surrender into your new self. That's October. In November, again, we got the Strength card, man. Leo, you have been fucking tested this year. Fucking tested. And to be completely fair, I think with this card showing up for the, third time as a milestone, I think it's starting to set in. Because it comes out with the King and Queen of Coins, Hierophant in the middle, and the Queen of Coins is clarified by the Five of Swords. You might be so over everybody else's shit and so dead set on being your best version that you are full-blown focusing on your reality, your world, and improving your life. You might go balls deep in work. Balls deep in a hobby or a creative passion. Making money. Being stable. Focusing on reality improvement. The King and Queen of Coins present. A suited couple, masculine and feminine. Your heart wants a better life, and so you are, in fact, creating it. The Hierophant in the middle, you have married the self. You surrendered to your higher self last month, and you absolutely married it. You are your new self. 100%. And don't get it twisted, other people are fucking jealous because your energy improved and they're no longer in alignment with you. They're jealous as shit of your energy. Lower vibrational energies are going to be bitchy. Oh, you're working all the time. You don't have time to spend with me. Oh, you're buying all these nice things. I could really use this loan or that loan or this or whatever. Can't you help me out? I'm struggling. Leo's looking at them like, fix your own fucking problems. I'm not your bank. I want things in life, so I'm working for it. I want better from my experience, so I'm creating it. People might they might try and start fights with you. Leo, pay attention to me. And Leo's like, I am fucking busy. November, Leo's fucking busy. Creating a better life. They are in I am the creator of my life mode. I am the master of my reality mode. I would hate to be the person standing in front of a Leo fucking train right now. In November, Leo's a fucking train. You try and stand in front of the train and stop the train is going to hit the shit out of you. You're not coming back from that. Sorry, you're out. Leo, I can't help but feeling this energy of you have no fucking tolerance. And it's not a bad thing. You've got no tolerance for low vibratory shit. Low vibratory people, their energies. You went through a heck of a year. Speaking of trains. You went through a heck of a year to get yourself into this mindset. And you will be damned before you let somebody take you off the track and derail you. You are way too focused. Way too committed to what you want out of life, out of reality. Your expectations of yourself are high and you're meeting them. You expect the best from yourself and you are getting the best from yourself. November, Leo, you are absolutely in your power. Absolutely in your power. Without a doubt. Let the fucking haters hate. They're going to get hit by the Leo train. They can hate all they want. Leo doesn't care. Gives no fucks at all. Leo's got their own fucking mission. And they're on it. That's November. In December, we have the return of the Hermit card as your milestone, meditation versus isolation, being at peace with the self and the self's choices, and not feeling alone. Not purposefully isolating yourself because you can't handle other people, but rather going within because you enjoy your own energy and space. And people that are aligned with your energy are more than welcome in. Like, you're not trying intentionally to avoid people. It's just you've only allowed in what energies are in fact aligned with yours. People who are happy for you, who understand how much you're focusing on yourself and they're not taking it personal. I think the Ten of Swords here, clarified by the Five of Cups and the Fool, you might actually be disappointed in a couple people you thought would be happy for you and or stick around or be patient because they knew you were working your fucking ass off, and now they're too busy for you. Especially if you've made time or have time. People who got butt hurt because you decided to be successful. You might be disappointed and feel like the people, at least some of the people that you banked on to be understanding, weren't, feeling a little betrayed because you were filling up your cup. Five of Cups is about needing to shift focus away from what's disappointing and take a leap of faith. That your intention wasn't to hurt anybody. Your intention was to simply improve yourself and be in your best energy. It's going to challenge you again to go within and face the need to self-approve versus being defined by the approval of others. If you were disconnected from certain people and tried to reconnect and the universe is not lining it up, it's because they didn't rise to meet your energy level yet. You can't take that personal. You've got to take a leap of faith on sticking around positive energy people, knowing that those who are meant to realign with you later will. That just because they don't understand now or took it personal now doesn't mean they won't understand later and let it go. And they'll remember you for all the wonderful times that you had instead of the one time where you were busy focusing on you because you needed that. Don't betray yourself focusing on losses. Don't judge yourself like you took it too far. You didn't. Empress energy, the universe is so fucking grateful to you. The fact that you are on this journey, Three of Wands. The Empress card denotes the feminine spirit who knows what you deserve to receive and is giving it to you. You deserved highly aligned people. You deserve a beautiful reality. You deserve the reward that you worked so hard for. You deserve to love yourself and be around people who love you and understand. The universe is giving you that. They're keeping the lower vibrational energies off of you and out of your stratosphere. Going back around those people would only bring you down. Trust and have faith. If you love them people that took you focusing on yourself personal, got butthurt, they're being petty and holding it against you. Oh, well, you weren't here for me when I called you up, so I'm not going to be here for you this time. Like, let them be petty then. Don't hold it against them. That's not in alignment with your higher self. Otherwise, you're just in the same energy they are, for projecting back the pain that they were in. There ain't no reason to sink back down to their level. Just because they're petty doesn't mean you need to be petty. Just because they hold shit against you doesn't mean you have to hold shit against them. Remember, hurt people are hurt people until they're not. Because I guarantee you, the next time they reach out to you or you reach out to them, if you don't hold it against them and you just have a good time and enjoy being around them, they might actually feel bad for being petty before. Especially because they remember the beautiful energy that you have once they're around you again. They just need a little time. Time heals all things. You're on a journey of self. Going into 2023, know you've got your energy in the right place. Stay there. You know what this feels like. You know what it feels like to love yourself and focus on yourself and surround yourself with beautiful energy. People who love and appreciate you and peace and calm. Dramaless people. Don't lose that. Because that'll take you places. Peaceful, beautiful places. Full feeling places that you deserve. Keep your alignment, Leo. You came a long way this year. You've come a long way, and you should be fucking proud of yourself. In all fairness, you should be fucking proud of yourself. So, this is Grace Nicole Myths, signing out. My love and support is with you always. Remember to love each other and most importantly, love yourself. Take care.